What? Hi, buddy. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Can mother film? Thank you. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Meggie, and today we're going to be going over my no/low by bingo. I know in my last video, he must feed. Anyway, so I know in my last video, I went over like the basics of my no buy, low buy year, like the rules and everything, but we gotta have some fun, obviously. So I'm doing a bingo board as well to complement what I'm doing. It's got a few fun elements to it and a couple goals to achieve, as well as like rules set into it. It's a nice combination of both. This is actually my second iteration that I did, but the first one, like, I got rid of something so it wouldn't even be valid anymore. So I switched it up a little bit, but I did fail already on one of them and I left that in there because that's cheating. So let's get to it. All right, so I am going to put a picture on the screen right here, what it looks like. I like the theme. I have it on my phone as well. I like the theme that I went with. It's just nice and chill. It's not too busy or anything. So I'm going to go through each of the ones I have on here one by one. So the very first one, sir, please. So the very first one is also something I went over on my no buy rules video, no stuffed animals. That one, I won't be able to check that off until like December because what if I buy it throughout the year? So I've been doing well so far. No stuffed animals have been bought. Hairstylist once a quarter, also something I went over in my rules. This one is special. Buy soda less than 16 times. And I don't mean just like, oh no, I'm buying a single Mountain Dew. Like, that counts as one of them. I'm talking like 6-packs and 12-packs and stuff like that. I don't want to buy groupings of soda more than 16 times because I really do want to focus on my health at least a little bit and like start working on getting rid of those bad habits. I'm not trying to cold turkey here, but yeah, I think setting a limit of 16 times, technically 15, to win the bingo spot, I have to buy it less than 16 times. So far, I've already bought it twice, but I don't know. I have another thing on here that might help with that. I'll get to it in a second. Only one unnecessary sweet treat per month. This one's definitely going to be a difficult one. I'm not going to lie on that, but it's also, I left it up to interpretation, because I'm actually like, I have this little note, which I showed in the last video, of where I have all my January no-buy rules, like specifically for January. At the bottom of that, which I didn't show, is I have a little note. So every time I get tempted or I'm about to fail or something, I put a little note down there kind of just to keep myself accountable so I don't forget. And I did have a little note in there. I did have an instance. I got my wisdom teeth out like 2 weeks ago now. Wow, that was already 2 weeks ago. That's crazy. Anyway, so I got my wisdom teeth out and I was like, I need ice cream. I have to be able to eat something. It's not the healthiest, but I have to be able to consume something. So I bought some applesauce and some ice cream. And yes, technically, I bought a sweet treat, but I don't view it as that. And I also don't view it as cheating because, like, that was kind of a necessity. I guess it's not cheating because I wrote only one unnecessary sweet treat. I guess if I look at it that way, it was kind of necessary because I didn't have anything to eat at that point, and I really needed something. So, again, even if the unnecessary part, even if some people would view it as unnecessary, I still think that I'm not going to beat myself up for it, and therefore I don't feel like I failed. I did buy, what did I buy earlier? Can't remember what it was, but I know I did it. But I haven't failed yet. In my eyes, I haven't failed. Meal prep for 10 weeks. I know I mentioned it in the last video when I talked about like takeout and everything and trying to do that less. I'm trying to use up my groceries more. I would really like to be able to say I took out and spent a lot less money on takeout. For the meal prep, I am planning on, I already have my first week planned out because it's only, 10 weeks over 52. I feel like next year, if this is really successful, I'll bump it up to like 20 weeks so I can really plan out and know where my money's going to go. But for this year, I'm just going to do 10 because I did not do very well last year. Probably meal prep for like 5 weeks. But I didn't even start until August. So I'm going to give myself some grace. But anyway, yeah, I have my first week planned. It's going to be the first full week of February. I believe it's going to be my first meal prep week. And I've already got most of it planned out. This is kind of in relation to one of my rules. I want to read 10 of my owned books. Now, again, if you didn't watch the last video, totally fine, but you should go for it wherever the card ends up going. Basically, I want to buy one book during my low buy months, but I can only do that if I've read 2 of my owned books. So basically, I could do that up to 6 times. If I read 12 books in a timely manner, I could buy up to 6 books. But I also, maybe I won't. Maybe I'll get busy. Maybe I'll read a longer book and then I, only read 1 book for that month or that quarter or whatever. So I'm hoping for 10 though. I'm definitely aiming for 10 because I've got some really good books in there. I've got the Heartstopper series. I've got a couple autobiographies that I want to read. They're really interesting. I'd like to read my books more. So eat out with friends just once a week. I would really like to try to avoid doing it like twice a week because that is 2 extra things of takeout. Because I like to do takeout personally, like just by myself, feed myself. But yeah, I would have to do quite a bit more if I was to do that more than once a week. So I am going to set that goal for myself. If I fail, if I can't check that box off, it just means I had another experience. Like, I do want to put experiences over money, but I don't want to forget my goals. I don't want to forget my financial literacy, Only buy beauty products when needed. That was kind of a rule. I also wanted to include that on here just for the funsies. No more than 6 massages. This one, not gonna lie, gonna be pretty easy because I have it right now that I can only go during my low buy months, which there are only 6 of them. So if I do more than 6, there's just 1 a month. I guess if I have like a really bad month, I might try to go for 2, but I really am gonna try to avoid that because those massages they're not the worst, but it could be better. This one is just a real personal goal for me. I want to restart up my 401k and get matched by my employer. I worked a full-time job for a year, almost a year and a half. No, a year. And during that time, I had a 401k, and I put quite a bit of money into it. And I would really like to start doing that again. I would really like to reaccess that money and start putting it in from a new employer. I am actually interviewing for a job right now which is full time. Kind of scared about that, but let's hope that goes well. But yeah, they would match my money that I put into the 401k. So I'm hoping that goes well. I would really like to check that off my list. This next one is going to be very difficult. I like the ratio of easy and difficult ones that I've put on this list. I feel like that makes it a lot more fun. So this one's going to be pretty difficult. Less than 4 new Lego sets. Guys, I don't know if I can do it. Oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm already planning on buying one in February, like probably February 1st. Not even going to cap with you because I really want it. But I don't know. I just feel like I can only buy them during low buy months, and it has to be under $50. So like if I break it, I break it, but still, like even if I get 3, because I want less than 4, so even if I get 3, that's upwards of $150 on house decorations, basically. A little activity, and then it becomes home decor. So I would love to meet this goal, but I don't really see myself hitting it. But maybe I'll surprise myself. Who knows? Next, we've got this one I'm excited to try. 5 no spend days in a row. I feel like that would be much easier if I do it like a Monday through Friday, but I'd have to find like the perfect window because I can't do it near the beginning of the month because that's when rent's due. I'm thinking about this. I think I might do it so like bills don't count. I feel like I want to do it so no excessive spending. Because if I do it at the beginning of the month when I have nothing going on except for rent still has to come out. If I do it near like the middle to end of the month, that's when I pay my internet, my phone bill. Like my bills are spread out very strategically throughout the month, so I don't go, here's $2,000 right freaking here, man. So I feel like I'm going to exclude bills from that no spend, but I am going to try to be like, no takeout, no sweet treats, no Legos, no books, no nothing for 5 days straight. I feel like that's something I can possibly manage. Then we've got our free space. Next, we've got free drinks from Culver's for 75% of my shifts. So I work 4 shifts a week, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, every freaking week. So I'd like to I usually am good about bringing my own cup and then getting my own drink, but sometimes I forget the cup. So I want to make it a personal goal to remember to bring my cup as much as I can, so I get a free lemonade or a free Mellow Yellow or a free Diet Coke, am I right? So I do want to try to save money there because they don't care. They're like, if you bring your own cup, you got your own drink. So I'm going to try to take advantage of that as much as possible. Next, we've got something that should be a rule, but it's not. So I need to really hold myself accountable on this. Please don't knock that pot over, bro. Anyway, no new bags. I love to buy bags. And again, this isn't like an addiction. I probably own like 5. But I might use a bag like once a month, maybe twice. So I don't need to keep accumulating them if I'm not going to use them. So no new bags for the whole year. I want to use the amount that I have because I've got a very versatile amount. Like every time I bought a bag, it's not like, oh, here's one big one, here's another big one. I've got one big bag that can fit my laptop. I've got a very small one that I got off Temu that can only fit my phone and like a card or something. I got a little backpack that I got from Goodwill. So I got all these different things that would make a lot of sense in different situations. I just don't use them. So I feel like I have all my bases covered for now. So for 365 days, I do not need to buy a new one. Next, this one's kind of already covered in the rules, but only one piece of home decor during low buy months. Now, I know I've been calling Legos decor, but I call that that's technically a whole different category. So I'm talking like wall decor, tapestries, I don't know, towels, like hand towels, because everyone's got enough hand towels if you're an adult. So that kind of stuff. Like I don't need to buy any more of that. And I can buy one during low buys because I enjoy it. I like decorating my house. I've got a coloring book my aunt got me for Christmas. It's the Swearing Cats like attitude coloring book, and I'd like to color 90% of it because that's another activity to meet one of my goals of spending less time on my phone and putting more time into my hobbies. So I feel like that's a good goal for myself. Another hobby that happens to be right next to it, finish all the Lego sets that I buy. I don't want to just get a big one and then only do half of it and then it just sits there and I can't even like decorate my house fully, bro. So I finish all the Lego sets that I do end up buying. This one's technically not like a low buy thing, but it kind of is because it has to do with financialness. Get health insurance. I am currently without health insurance for the first time in my life. I've been very blessed as an adult to be able to provide myself with health insurance. I do not get it through parents or family or anything. I have always provided myself with my own health insurance since I turned 18. So the fact that I went I went over 4 years with it. But at the beginning of this year, I wasn't a college or a 4-year student anymore. So I couldn't get it through that university. So I have to figure it out for myself, and I have to do it through an employer because it's so much more accessible. It's so much cheaper. So I've checked on the marketplace. It's like 200 plus a month for me because of my health shit. So getting health insurance is a very big necessity for me. This one's another one I just have to hold myself accountable. No new monsters until I run out. I've got like 5, I think, sitting on top of my fridge right now. I used to be a monsteraholic. I used to drink 1, maybe even 2 a day in high school. I don't know what that did to my brain, but it fucked me up. Let me tell you so much. But I've gotten a lot better. In recent years, I've been working myself a lot less hard, so I've needed them a lot less. But I love the different flavors. Like I've tried almost every single flavor of Monster at least once. Some of them I don't like the red one, the orange one. No, thank you. But I keep buying like the Pipeline Punches, the Aussie Lemonades, Mango Loco, the regular one, the white one. Anyway, I don't need any more until I run out. Because that's something that doesn't expire. You don't need to keep buying them because they will last until you're done with them. Last five, save up for and buy a couch. As I showed in my last video, we don't have a couch. So I'm thinking we want to spend anywhere between $450 and $500 for a couch. I feel like that's a very good amount to spend on a nice quality couch without like breaking the bank. So that's definitely a goal to budget and save for. This was one of my rules: never buy alcohol until necessary. It's not even like a necessary thing because I don't need alcohol until I run out. That's what I should have wrote. This one also going to be a challenge. It has to do with no spends. 2 no spend weekends. 2 Saturday Sundays where I don't spend any money. That is going to be very difficult for me. I'm not going to lie, because even though I do work a lot of Saturdays and Sundays, I still find a way to spend money. Let's be so serious. Like beforehand, I might go on Amazon or I might get some takeout for dinner from Culver's or something. So that one, I can see that being a challenge, but a very rewarding challenge if I'm able to complete it. This is the one I failed already. Never DoorDash more than once a week personally. I definitely did that twice. Like literally the second week of January, I DoorDashed twice. So love that for me. And the very last one, also a rule: only buy thrifted clothes unless otherwise necessary. So I did mention, like I said in my last video, that I need a new bra. I need a bra so bad. So I'm definitely going to be purchasing that during February, during my low buy month. I definitely want to add that into my circulation. I do feel like it's a need. So that's going to be purchased. But I am going to try very hard not to buy any other clothes unless I need it. Because, again, my closet isn't like full. That's a lie. My closet is full, but it's not full of stuff I don't wear. But I don't want to add stuff more and then do like that. Let me get rid of a ton of shit to make room for new shit. Because then I'm still buying stuff. So I do want to work on that. I want to make sure that I'm bringing in as little clothing as possible. All right. Well, that's literally all I have to say. If you enjoy that and you wanna join me in doing a low buy bingo, go for it. It's so much fun. I love challenging myself and I love being able to do a little check. So I really do love tracking my progress in this way, as well as reading the rules and holding myself accountable that way. So if you want to do it with me, I would love to hear your story. I would love to hear your progress. But otherwise, Diet Coke and I say goodbye for now. Have a good day.